Property Tribes on location at the NOWS Conference 2012, and I'm delighted to be joined by Chief Ombudsman of Ombudsman Services, Lewis Shan-Smith. So welcome to Property Tribes.
Hi.
Now, we've had some interesting discussions on the forum of late because we firmly believe that deal sourcers should actually be registered with an ombudsman, because we're operating in a totally unregulated industry and there's no redress when things go wrong. What's your view on that?
Well, I think the obvious answer for me is yes, I think they should too. I think it's, and it's not just in the property industry this happens, but I think it's really important that people who are operating in that way are regulated, even if it's self-regulation, and that they are answerable, accountable, and that for people who are using them, there is a means to get some sort of redress when things go wrong. I think it's essential.
I totally agree, and I think in our sort of unregulated deal sourcing industry, there are ethical traders out there that do provide good services, and I think one way to differentiate themselves from the less scrupulous providers would be to register with a scheme such as yours.
I think that's absolutely right, and even if I think if those who are reputable even band together themselves and say, we're going to have some sort of self-regulation, this is what it's going to look like, and yes, we're going to have independent redress at the end of it, but I think that gives them a huge sort of sales pitch. It's a real marketing tool.
It is.
And gives them an advantage over the others.
Well, we would definitely support that on Property Tribes if people wanted to do that and actually take it into their own hands and maybe set up a kite mark like Safe Agent or something of that ilk.
I think that's a very good idea, and I think as you know, the Office of Fair Trading is about to go, and so the whole issue of consumer codes and how they're handled is being passed over to Trading Standards Institute. So I think there are ways and means of doing this, but I think it can be done on a voluntary basis.
So if any deal sources watching out there wanted to register with you, it's a relatively straightforward process, isn't it?
It is a very straightforward process. In the first instance, probably best to phone us from Ombudsman Services Property. We'll deal with them then. We can register them very, very quickly. It's not expensive, and I think, as I say, it's a good marketing tool.
I totally agree with you, and I hope that any deal sources out there watching will definitely take that on board and consider registering with you, because as you said, I think it helps them to differentiate themselves, and it shows a level of professionalism as well, doesn't it? All right, thank you very much, Lewis.
Okay,
thanks. You.